Travis Wayne Goodsell. I will start off with the new video series I wanted to get going on, and only 12 people in a few hours came to it, so 6 now, I guess. So I added more playlists to it. We'll see if that gets more people's attentions. I've got a huge bombshell for a prophecy that no one has ever told you before, and it's in the book of Abraham. Facsimile number 1. And so you guys gotta generate more interest in order to have me do these videos. If nobody's watching, I don't want to bother. I'll just keep the knowledge to myself and take my ball and go home. And I know that's what Mormons want. Yeah, we don't want to play with you, Travis. You're mean. You tell us the truth about how evil the church is. Yeah, well, I could do a top 10 reasons why the church is false. The latest bombshell that nobody else has ever told you guys of is that the church is claiming the office of Moses with the keys of Peter, which goes hand in hand with how they usurped the religion in the first place, because Brigham Young was only in the 12 apostles for missionary work, and so he wasn't in the 12 High Council, and so there's no way he could claim the office of Moses when all he had was the keys of Peter. So yeah, he just switched it and said the keys of Peter are the big thing. And after all, he did come from a Methodist background, so I wasn't too hip on the Joseph Smith religion. That's a pre-captivity Jewish one. Alright, so going over the coronavirus. Yesterday was the big results from Thanksgiving, where the majority of the people who would have gotten infected got infected, and we were 4,004, and 42.44%. Just horrifying. And so today is the reporting for Black Friday. So it's the big store shopping, and we still had almost 4,000, 3,945, but there were more testing, but not enough to have a low percentage. It was still 30%, and if you need to know, 10% is red. That's like DEFCON 1. that's the death level. So yeah, red alert, code red, and we're 20% on top of the minimum for a red alert. That's why it's so horrific that's going on. But the higher number of testing, even though it showed the same number getting infected, indicates that people did their Thanksgiving and thought they would repent about it later. And Mormons, you know exactly what I'm talking about. How Mormons think that they can sin now and just go and repent later. And they'll be forgiven, given a little slap on the wrist. Maybe they'll have to be put on probation, not have to take the sacrament for a couple of weeks. Tell the bishop it was just the tip. Oh, so many jokes. So few Mormons left to live. If Mormons all die out, nobody's going to understand any of my Mormon jokes. What am I going to do? So, oh, guys. So, tomorrow we're going to see the Saturday results, which is the Small Business Saturday. Another reason could be that at stores, people are doing their own thing shopping rather than trying to congregate in homes where there's lots of family around that all have their masks off in order to eat. But, I mean, clearly the same number of new cases. So, yeah, and we're still losing lots more people. 11 more dead. And then Saturday, we'll know about church. This is what we're going to find out about for church. Going back, church numbers were typically okay, high. Oh man, yeah. Church is a major cause of the spread and the escalation. That would indicate the last reporting period, which would be Sunday for Saturday. And I'm showing a high percentage for that reporting period, which means that those who went to church helped to escalate it. So yeah, the church is not being safe, as much as they claim they are doing what they can to make everybody safe. The safest church is online. But the church wanted to dominate as to the partaking of the sacrament. When I did the video in the beginning saying, hey, if you've got an Aaronic priest, you're good to go. And it's obviously a Melchizedek priesthood holder too. So, father and son. That's all you need. It's not complicated. But the church stepped in and said, oh no, you need to consult with your bishop. They need to oversee it. Screw them. We don't need them if you've got priesthood in the home. That's the whole point about giving priesthood to priesthood holders. And yes, women are supposed to get the priesthood too. Romans chapter 16, when correctly translated. Phoebe is not a slave, she's a deacon. And Jania is an apostle like Paul, not like the 12 apostles. Even Christians try to claim that Paul was one of the 12. Doesn't matter what religion you're in. So, yeah, well, I'm just watching. You guys are all dead. I have nobody to tell the bishop it was just the tip. I'm just watching you guys die. The house of Ephraim, the firstborn of Egypt, dying with the virus. As Pharaoh Nelson refuses to lock us down and provide for our needs during the lockdown so that we can stop it. And what is interesting is that they purposely caused this so that we would require a vaccine. We wouldn't need a vaccine if we had just done things properly from the start. But China kept it secret, kept it hidden. There was that South Korean Revelation church that somehow went to that location and then went throughout all the world, spreading the good news virus about the end of the world. I still haven't heard about what happened in that lawsuit. South Korea sued them. I hadn't heard anything about that since. Well, that's what happens when you have to rely on the news for the information, and they don't tell you. So, alrighty. I'm ready to go to bed. So I'll see if the new playlists help with the Noah video, and then we'll see if I can do a Abraham one tomorrow morning.